Yeah, Vishy, we are on. People are coming in.
Namaste. Good afternoon to all the participants. It's a pleasure meeting you all again in yet another webinar. Uh, I'm sure all of us are aware that what is coming up, I think the Vijayadasami and the Vasant Panchami. So always, as Chrysalis, we believe in coming together whenever such occasion, and also see how we can help our partner school. And as you all know, it's been almost a year we started helping and working towards the growth initiatives. And one of that initiative is to enhance the admissions during the Vijayadashmi. And most, especially in the southern part of the country, parents would prefer to bring their children or enroll their children during the auspicious day. So we have all our partner schools gathered today. So let's probably discuss and see how we can help each other and bring out this. Along with me, I have our director, Mr. Ganesh Subramaniam, and our marketing head, Santosh, and my colleague, Nandini. So we'll take you through this, and then probably we can discuss on what else we can do together. Over to you, Ganesh.
Hi, namaste to everyone. I think my colleagues Santosh and Vishi planned it very well to call you after a good lunch on a Saturday. So I think it's our endeavor and commitment to probably keep all of us awake and quickly go through some of the ideas what I have put in. And thanks to my colleagues Santosh, Nandini, and Vishi who have put the slides together. So I mean, all of us have different thoughts, right? When we look at Vijayadasami or Vasanta Panchami, there are a lot of thoughts common. In my place, I look at the Golu, a series of dolls they're kept on the steps. And if you are living in a neighborhood, it's a nice time to be at home doing Vijayadasami because you get variety of sundals, what we call in Tamil sundals, where you'll have boiled chana or kottagadai, etc., and that's a nice time to have an evening snack. So that's the thought which is coming to me. Of course, the other thought for us as educators, when you're looking at growing our school, we also look at this auspicious day where we can impact the community and initiate, quote unquote, initiate children into formal education by inviting them to our schools. So these are the two thoughts which come to my mind when we think of Vijayadasami and Vasant Panchami. Santosh, can you move to the next slide? Yeah, before we jump in, I hope all of you had a fabulous Teachers' Day. After a whole lot of pandemic, which kind of crippled our usual brick and mortar nice experiences in the school, I think fortunately the schools opened up and immediately we jumped into what we've been doing, the Teachers' Day bands. And I hope all of you enjoyed it, especially your teachers. It's a very, very emotional time for the school and the teachers, especially when small kids write down nice little things about the teachers and put it up in their hands. I hope all of you had a good Teachers' Day celebration. Apart from this, I'm sure you would have also had a lot of plans in terms of what you need to do on Teachers' Day. So now let's jump into what some of the thoughts we have. Before we get in on how do we enhance the visibility of the school, how do we reach out to the community and the school becoming part of their celebration of Vijayadasami, I think we should pause and can we, all of us together, people who are present in this webinar, I'm sure all of us would have a lot of experience. And before we even say how do you reach out to the parents and the immediate community, can we pause for a moment and look at, can you visualize what do parents expect when they come for KG admissions? There is a random question so that I think my colleague Nandini would have opened up the chat box. Put in your experience, put in your insights, put in your thoughts in terms of when the parents are actually coming for KG admissions, what do they look out for? What do they expect? On what, typically what has been the conversation you have been having with parents when they come in? Can you type in your thoughts in the chat box? I hope the chat box is enabled. Nandini, is it enabled? Yeah. Child should learn.
Yes, it is enabled.
Okay. Child should learn new and innovative things. Information on school culture. That's a very good. Good afternoon to the members of the meeting. I don't think my parents will say that. Information on school culture. Safe and secure environment. Safe and productive environment. Innovative method of teaching. I'll probably, let's take another 30 seconds. It'll be nice if child-centered learning, activity-oriented learning, teaching methodology, child safety, bonding with teacher, beautiful. Should involve in social development, innovative learning, child safety. Oh, that's well put. Mahadya student should be a second home to the kid. Excellent. Good curriculum, caring and learning. Good atmosphere and safety. Should speak in English. Yes, that's a unique thing. Conducive environment, fear-free schooling, self-discipline training, parent and teacher coordination towards a child. Excellent. I think these are some of the very good comments. And if you have to kind of summarize this, I think it could broadly be into 3-4 categories. One is safe environment for the child, where the child feels extremely safe, both physically and emotionally. Safe environment is one. Second is towards how the school is geared up for innovative teaching, good curriculum, and caring attitude of the teachers, etc. That's the second category. The third category could be what is the parent expecting? How is it I'm going to coordinate? What is the school is going to communicate to me as a developmental aspect of my child? So these are the 3 broad categories which you can put in, right? Excellent. And one important thing when we say what do parents expect when they come for KG admissions, I think it's a good thought to imagine that this KG parent is not just visiting your school. The KG parent is getting information about the schools in the neighborhood through the other parents in the community, through other news, etc. And you can safely assume that his parents are not just coming to your school for admission. Probably the parents is checking out on few other schools as well. And they will have subconsciously, they'll have some parameters, not very well articulated parameters, but what they will probably look at is, now in my mind, what they look at is, first, before they even get into the child, subconsciously, I think the parent will look at, am I being comfortable in the school first? Subconsciously. They will not articulate this, they will not express this, but the most important thing is we are focusing on the child. But when you look at from an admissions point of view, from an inquiry point of view, from a conversation point of view with the parent, first thing what we have to think is, am I making the parent comfortable? Easy feeling comfortable. The way we can make the parents comfortable is probably look at greeting them. We can have a process greeting them and inquiring whether they want a cup of water, coffee, tea, etc. And have a very casual chat before you get into a formal discussion, etc. So please keep in mind that as long as the parents are feeling comfortable, they will have a very well predisposed attitude towards the school itself. I can give you a lot of examples of this. I'm sure today is the Amazon and Flipkart days, but if you recall, when you go to physically visit a shop, when you go to a shop, the moment somebody greets you, somebody politely inquires what you want and say that you are most welcome and we are here to take care of you. I'm sure that shop you will have a very, very pleasant memory about that shop and you would want to go back to the shop again and again, right? So you have not shown the product, the shopkeeper has not shown the product, the shopkeeper has not talked about the rates, nothing at all. But the polite welcome and a smiling face and making this guest comfortable is the most important thing. So please keep in mind, my suggestion is don't jump into what the parent is expecting for the child, but please treat the parent as a child first. Make the child who is a parent very comfortable and level up to them and don't look at as probably treat them as a friend and make them feel comfortable and then get it. So there is a lot of science behind this, right? I'll move to that. Santosh, can you go to the next slide? So what we are talking about, what you're talking about is not marketing. Marketing is a very big word, and I don't think schools have to do marketing. There is something else what schools have to do, and it's not marketing. It's probably a facet of marketing, but not a core marketing. What I mean by that is, in my mind, marketing is putting hoardings, putting posters, and calling out admissions are open. That's marketing for me. But there is something else subtly what we can do, which is a long-term, very sustainable initiative. And this is 2 words. These words start with the letter E and D. Any guesses what this could be? Anybody can open the chat and tell me. It's not marketing. It is something called 2 words, starting with E and D. Can somebody guess? What is this? Any guesses? All of you are our partner schools, and we have this philosophy in Think Room that any answer is a good answer, any answer is a valid answer, and there is nothing called a right or a wrong answer. So that's the spirit what we have with all of us as a family in Chrysalis, right? Okay. Encourage development. Okay. Educational development. That's a nice interpretation. Encouragement and design. Education development.
Ganesh, I think you missed one. Christy Grace has mentioned discount.
Yes, discount. Yes, absolutely.
That's for D, and we don't know what is for E.
No, I think what parents were looking out for, I think it's for that answer.
Yeah.
Not for this. Explore, dream. Pretty interesting, actually. Explore, dream. Education development. Encouragement and design. Emotional development. Excellent. Okay, I will not hold the suspense any longer. So it is about experience design. If you Google about experience design, you will find not less than 5 to 7.5 lakhs documents about experience design. The gist of experience design is, the first step in experience design is, can we be empathetic to the other person? Can we be empathetic? So the moment we say empathetic, that means when a prospective parent is walking in, we have to visualize what will be the emotions of this parent. Will he be apprehensive? Will he be anxious? Will he be inquisitive? Or does he want more information? It will be great if each one of you, it will really help if the core management team in your school, plus the coordinator, the admissions counselor, etc., if you sit down and put on what are the emotions what a parent will come when he's coming. So you are coming into completely new terrain, right? When a parent is walking in, assuming that the sibling is not studying in the same school, first time the parent is walking, right? So can we look at welcoming the parents right from the compound? I'm talking about simple posters, simple standees, etc. And the moment they come in, instead of thrusting a form in them, can I have a little conversation with them? Understand that if we can be empathetic to the parents, that's the first step in experience design. The second step is how do we slowly make them to experience the school culture? Somebody actually mentioned about school culture. So when a parent, when all of us agree that the safety of the child is extremely important, then can we also make sure the parents are feeling extremely safe and cared about? Small things. Are you comfortable? Do you want to use a washroom? It's also another smart way to show how clean the washrooms are, or offering a glass of water and ask, or even suppose if they've come to meet the principal, if I am the coordinator for admissions, I would want to actually have a few words, few lines about the principal itself. That Mr. Anand has been a principal for the last 15 years, and he's been in the school for the last 6-7 years. And Mr. Anand ensures that he meets every one of a parent and understand what is their needs and what is their expectations. And we have a one-on-one. So even to make them feel comfortable that that you are welcome and we are here to listen to you, etc. That's a part of experience design. So for me, the steps are: step one is be empathetic and put on the emotional state of the parents. Second, look at how do we connect that emotional statements with some of the acts what you do. And it's not on admissions, it's nothing on fees, it's nothing on curriculum. Basically, to make them feel at home and comfortable. The third is initiate a conversation about the school, about the culture, and how is the principal doing things, and what is the hierarchy in the school, etc. And what has been the general admission process, etc. And then ask them. It'll be great. Suppose if I were a parent coming to your school, I would love it if you give me a choice instead of saying that this is what is the steps. Like for example, I might want to offer the parent, would you want to see the classes first? Number one, or number two, do you want to see what is the kind of curriculum you're doing? Or number three is, do you want to meet the principal first? So also give some modules, give some choices to the parent. So the moment you give choices, it is also subconsciously giving the message that here is a school who is not trusting things, but actually looking at what I need and what I prefer, and accordingly they are designing things. So give choices and take it through, and in my mind, your follow up with them, or even talking about the fees, etc., should go a little slow. But should be part one is about the school culture, school philosophy, school team. It'll be great if you can also have some photographs of the KG teachers to show that we know that this teacher Neela, she always dances in the classes, and she knows this is Usha, and she sings lovely songs for the children. If it's possible, take the videos of these teachers and keep it. So there are a whole lot of things. I mean, there are a whole lot of things what you can do if you look at experience design. The moment experience design, we say, how do we give a fantastic experience for the parent? And if you have to now talk in marketing terms, typically what schools look at least in our partner schools, what you have understood is you will have a number of inquiries. When I say inquiries, that means footfalls. And from the footfalls, from if there are 100 parents coming in, probably 20 parents might put their kids in your school, or 30 parents, or 40 parents, or even 60 parents, right? And please keep this in mind, irrespective of whether the parent is putting the kids in the school or not, if you can make all the 100 parents to have a pleasant experience, you have actually achieved your marketing goals. So don't worry about admissions. I think the immediate goal is, if somebody comes, if a prospective parent comes, can he go out with a smile? Can we bundle some memories about the school in the parent's mind? Forget about admissions, that will happen automatically. So that's what his experience design is. If we'll be having a survey, and if you want, we can also have another webinar on the science and the art of experience design itself. I'm going to stop here, and typically we have seen in our experiences and our interactions with the partner schools, a happy parent is the best marketing tool you can ever produce. I can give you a lot of example instances on this, but of course, keeping a parent happy is not an easy task. I know. So look at 80-20 rule. What do you mean 80-20 rule is if 80% of your parents in your school are happy, you have achieved your goal. I don't think it is possible for us to have 100% of the parents being happy. 80-20 rule, 20, it's a long-term plan. They are fidgety, they are complaining a lot. So just leave them. As long as you have 80% of your parents happy, and when you say something, when you commit, you do. When you do, you commit something. So if you have consistent announcements and commitment being executed, eventually the parent will be happy. So have this 80-20 rule, 80% of the parents being happy and 20% will fall in line. So with this, I think, Santosh, are you going to take it in?
Yeah, Ganesh.
Yeah. So Santosh is my colleague, and he is wearing almost some 13, 14 hats within Chrysalis. He has an innovation hat, he has a product hat. He's been a correspondent of one of the schools as well, which he turned it around. And he's also into heading marketing and innovation. Over to you, Santosh.
Thanks, Ganesh. So, like Ganesh said, I head marketing, but I don't know marketing. I'm not an expert in marketing, but the only thing I'm very, very passionate about is customer experience, the experience design that Ganesh has been talking about. Because we are not talking about an Amazon or a GeoMart where you will have to communicate the whole of India about your marketing initiatives. It's not a mass marketing. It's a very school ecosystem is like 20-30 kilometers around the school is where we need to spread the word. And the best customers, best marketing is the customers, the parents. And if we are able to keep them happy, if we are able to give them great experiences, surprise experiences that they never would have thought about, when they come to visit a school, we give them some very interesting experiences that becomes a word of mouth. And that itself is a very, very powerful marketing activity. So we will get into some ideas, but as you listen to the ideas, it may not be something very new you would have already been doing. Some of you might have done it before, then left it a couple of years. So this could be a refresher for you. Or some of you would have thought about these ideas, but you may not have done it. So there are all kinds of things. So it's not innovative, I would say, very, very unique ideas. These are some things that we see around in our partner schools, some things that we pick from, something that people bring out and say, hey, this was a very interesting thing that this school did it. So we're trying to bring the best practices and some of the ideas we have also pitching it new. So see how it all goes. But the entire premise is about creating an experience, creating a beautiful experience and reaching out to the community in and around you. That's the whole idea. So the first strategy, of course, is in the whole essence. The Navaratri, the special thing is about the Saraswati Puja. I remember, taking books, keeping it near Saraswati, praying it 3 days, no, studies. You don't have to study for the next 3 days. An exciting thing, right? So as part of that, it's also for new children, for children who are just going to go into school. Aksharabhyasam is a very important activity. So you can conduct an Aksharabhyasam in your school itself. If you have a temple in your school, or you want to set up your KG classroom itself, keep a Saraswati idol. So the way these ideas are there a lot of text is there. We are going to be sharing all these with you after the session. It's also available in the partner platform. So this is like a handout. That's why it's full of information. I will explain the essence. I will not go word by word, but these are all available for you to download, and we'll also share it after the session to all the participants. So there are 3 stages in every activity. One is how do we build awareness about it? What do we do at the school or whatever, wherever that activity is going to happen? And after the activity is over, what is the follow-up? So first is, let me explain the idea itself is about Aksharabhyasam happening in your school, and any children can come in, any parents can bring their child for this Aksharabhyasam on this day. If you have a temple, it will be beautiful. Otherwise, set up your KG classroom with the Saraswati idol, have some pujas, bhajans, and invite parents. So the way you can build awareness is sending messages, posters, pamphlets in newspapers. And we have also given you some sample templates in the partner platform. You can download that. I'll tell you where to go. So those are some things by which you can bring the awareness. And on the day of Aksharabhyasam, have some Purohit or a Pandit who can guide you in this, or if you don't have that, then our own teachers can do. It's not a very big science. Basically, you will have to teach them a few shlokas and then let them write in that. There are videos in YouTube that you can refer on how this has to be conducted. It'll be good if there is a Purohit, because they would know the certain rituals. It'll be very beautiful to have them along in this journey, and they are also become part of the community that we reach out to, right? So there could be some instructions that we have given that can be followed. And post visit, so you will have all these activities, all these strategies that we're saying. Keep having the database and keep having communication that you will plan and keep sending them. So basically, any parent who's coming in, anybody who's coming in, get them into the database. All of them leave their contact in the entrance, right? So have them there and have a proper channel of communication to reach them back once the activity is done. So that's Aksharabhyasam happening at school. That is one strategy. Second is temple visits. So you can take your LKG grade students to a temple nearby and organize a small event, a ritual there. Talk to the Purohits beforehand itself so that they have a space for you, and have a beautiful ask parents also to join, right? So parents and the children sitting together doing that puja. It's a very beautiful activity. So let them also encourage them to bring their own friends also, friends and family also into for this activity. It's not a strictly only school parents allowed kind of a thing. So if they know any other parent of the same age group where they have a child going to school, they can bring them along and have them be part of this particular ritual. So that is another activity. Again, always have some prasads, right, in your school or in temples. Please organize prasads. Let them also wear some nice uniform when they are going out to a school, to a temple. Let them wear the school uniform so that there is also a bit of visibility that happens through that. A lot of visibility happens through that subtle marketing, we say. So they keep seeing the brand. People who come to the temples keep seeing the brand. So those are small things that we should not miss upon. So prasads, the subtle marketing, like I said, the branding elements and things like that. And also, if possible, if there is an Aksharabhyasam, be it the previous idea or this idea, when the child is invited to write, have some photographer take the photos, create a beautiful, nice poster or a photo memory card and send it to the parents. That will leave a good memory to them, and it's lifelong treasure, right? We always preserve the first things that come, first dress of the child, the first time when he said something. So the first cards from memories of the child is very important. So capture individual child's photographs and share it with them. So that is the post-visit activity that you could do. The third, very important, I'm very, very big fan of home visit, is this idea of home visit, right? The very big fan of this, because nothing like going and connecting to the parents at home. And home visit is such a powerful marketing tool. People don't realize it. That's why still politicians use it during the election times, right? They will come home. No matter how much our technology you have, nothing like coming and meeting somebody in person. It's some parents might not allow strangers inside. That is okay, but there will be a lot of people who are welcoming. Especially you're going with a school dress code. You have a badge here. You take something and go. You say you are from the school. If the household has a child at home, they will definitely allow you inside, have a conversation. I'm sure all this has been sensitized already with our partner schools. Most of you will know this, and most of you would have already done this. But during Vijayadasami, especially, identify the households where there are young children. Go there, leave behind something, give them some gift, especially something for them to write, a pen, notebook, colors. These are some things that you can give as a Vijayadasami kit to them, and also tell them there is Vijayadasami admissions happening, and you can always, even if your school is running full, doesn't matter. I came across this fantastic school. I was in consulting a school in a city, and this city was struggling this school was struggling for admissions. A nearby school almost had 5,000 students in their school, right? And so in this school, we started, telling them to go to school households nearby, do home visits, etc. We are going there, And the parents are saying that already they have got a home visit from the school which had the 5,000 strength. So we are surprised. They're not, they're not really needing admissions. Then why are they doing this home visits? That's when I had an opportunity to talk to this person who runs the school. He said it's not about admissions at all. It's about having a community relationship, right? That is the most important. Even if our schools are running full, that continuous outreach with the public should always be there. And that is a kind of connecting back to the community, and also identifying the right parents, right? It's not about, okay, anybody comes, I am going to give an admission. We will also have a philosophy for our school for admitting parents. So when we visit households is when we realize we come to understand parents a little bit more, and then we start connecting to that parents better. So this home visit, especially during Vijayadasami, is a very interesting activity that you can do. And if there are, especially you visit the houses where there is also kolu, which is a very popular thing in South India, then you can also go have some nice snacks. Sundals will be provided, and you can have the snacks also during this kolu visit, right? So that is a very important activity. This I remember particularly from a school, from my own school that I studied. We had a very interesting concept of innovative kolu. So every classroom, every class was given a theme for us to, create a kolu. So we had to come up with some ideas. So if it is about hospital theme, then have a kolu set up around hospital, have some parks set up. So all the classrooms that one whole 10 days, the benches were set in the side. Then there is a whole kolu that we set up, and we brought in dolls from our side. We kept it, and there was also a judge who came around and who looked at and gave the best award. So it's a very beautiful memory that we had. Similarly, we can call upon different organizations, like it could be NGOs, it could be women self-help groups. We can invite them to set up a kolu in our school, right? This is a way of community outreach. The more we the more we connect to newer people, the more word spreads. So it's not just about our own parents, our own community. We should start reaching out to newer communities. So reach out to a hospital, reach out to an NGO, reach out to a women's self-help group in your area, and tell them, hey, there is a kolu competition happening in our school. You can come and set up your kolu. We will provide you a small space. You can set up, and you can, when we'll invite the parents, when parents come, you can explain the theme to them. So it's a very interesting way of opening up the school to new communities, newer people. So that is one other option. So there are two options here. One, you call new communities and ask them to set up, or option two is have it amongst the class, kind of a competition, and invite parents to see. Otherwise, there is no fun. It's only children are setting up and they are only seeing, that there is no fun. Invite parents to come, ask them to bring some more, their own friends and family. You can even create a small invite that you can have, that you can give it to the parents, and parents can take it. Yeah, Ganesh, you want to add something?
Yeah, Santosh, I'm just wondering, as another layer to this, if my school is actually catering to a few colonies, neighborhood colonies, right? We can even have a neighborhood contest.
Yeah.
Shanti Nagar doing this, and Vyasa Nagar doing this, and allot the rooms for this, and these community people can actually come and do a kolu also. That will be quite interesting as well.
That is very good idea. Association wise also you can have, not just kolu, it could be any, if it's Gujarat, Rajasthan, you can have the Garba competitions, colony wise. It will be very interesting.
Correct. So you're engaging with the community, whether there is a kid or not, that community engagement will happen, and there will be a nice little competition amongst communities as well.
Absolutely. So in this, when we do something very innovative, it's also a way, it's also a bite for the newspapers, right? Newspapers want to cover such news. So you can send out a newspaper article, photographs, so that it is published in the newspaper. It could be either the local newspaper or your regional newspapers. Circulates pictures about this in social media, because you never know what children can really come out with. Something very beautiful comes, something very innovative comes. In fact, during the Ganesh Chaturthi, we had a spot competition of Ganesha making amongst our employees. Something amazing came out. Each one created something marvelous. we would have never done it if there was enough time to plan and do things like that. So right, when we give these kinds of opportunities for the children, they come up with some very, very innovative, interesting ideas, which can be circulated in social media, for newspapers and other things. So these are post-visit things that we can really do. Then another strategy is Dandiya night. Have a choreographer, have a discussion with a choreographer, let them call the parents on that day. Like we said, have a parent invite, call them for a Garba night, and have this person, the choreographer, help your parents to move their legs and dance a bit on this day. Let them also loosen up. The children will also come. There should be a small session with the children. So let the parents and children have a nice little dance sessions. It could be also be separate dance sessions first, and then have a combined dance session with the parent and the child as well. And have, as you said, have some snacks time. It could be in the evening so that there could be a snacks, or you can arrange a dinner time so that there is a nice evening get together planned around this. And like we said, all these ideas, try to open up beyond your parent group, try to reach out to more parents, whether they bring other parents or not. It is our duty to give an invite to the parents and say, hey, please bring some more guests. Here are 5 guest invites. And when the child goes and gives, there is always people will want to come. People will want to honor that. Even if one guest comes along with a parent, it's a good word of mouth for us. Then there is a last strategy that we will talk about, is a walkthrough. I call upon Vishy to talk, because he's conducted so many walkthroughs. He's very passionate about this, and they've seen the magic happening in schools. So over to you, Vishy.
Thanks, Santosh. I think that was wonderful. I mean, right from strategy 1 to strategy 5, I think each and everything was very unique, especially the innovative colo is something that I really liked it. I mean, generally we do have a lot of colos, and we've experienced and witnessed these colos. And the suggestion what Ganesh gave, have a competition among the neighborhood. And it's a very healthy competition, it becomes very nice. I think this is something that we've been doing this. I don't have to really explain about what a walkthrough is all about. Most of you have experienced, which is something that we have been doing along with my colleagues, the parent, what we call as the parent engagement. Earlier, we used to do the orientation. Now we have started giving them that experience. So that's basically to make them touch and feel the materials, and come and see what the child is learning. So it's complete, what we call the experience what the parents get with respect to what the child is learning. So again, it goes with the 3 phase. I mean, one, just to build the awareness of this parent engagement, or this walkthrough is sending out messages and give a small invitation to parents to come and see. In fact, when Ganesh was mentioning in the beginning, when a parent walks in, even before talking about the admission and things, just check with them, would they be interested to go visit a class, or go visit what the child will be learning. So at the school, create a think room. I mean, it's basically will be a complete, the materials will be displayed, and also try to display the student work. I mean, we have children who are already studying, have the children's work displayed in the probably on the wall, or I mean, there are a lot of ways. I'm sure you'll be able to do that by yourself. And in case you need any help, you always, we are a call away. You can reach out to our team. They'll help you on how to set this up, especially the walkthroughs. I think what is more important is not just displaying, also to make them experience how the kindergarten children will be learning. So we have given you a set of activities, which I'm sure our KG teachers are aware of. These are small suggestions. What we'll have to ensure is just to have these materials with us. I mean, this is one of the activity which is for nursery, the fine motor development. I mean, the simple thing is you just need a couple of bowls and a few materials. I mean, one like stringing the paper roll, or inserting pom-pom balls into the egg cartons. And there's a lot of such interesting activities. We have just given some sample for you. I'm sure you'll find a lot more interesting activities in our facilitation handbook. So when parents walk in, one, they see that, and also the teachers will give them these activities and make them to do these activities, and tell them that today you're going to be the kindergarten child. Do you want to know how children will be learning? So take them through these activities so that they experience the real learning, what is happening in the think rooms. Santosh, yeah, I think we can move on. So apart from this, I think one, we've been discussing about what sort of ideas which can be generated, especially, I mean, I'm sure all of us can do wonders when parents come in. The moment they are inside a campus, the ideas what we have been discussing is to see how we can help them to get converted. I mean, onboard the children in the class. Like Ganesh was mentioning about, if 100 parents walk in, one is that when they go back, they'll have to go back in a nice smile, and a great memories is what is the experience is all about. Even 20, 40, 60 admission happens is good. But how do we generate this 100? How do we make this 100 parents walking in? So we have given some ideas for you. I think one, you have a source, you have a great asset, which is your existing children. Try to get the sibling data through internal circular, or even you can ask the child, do you have a brother or a sister? And try to get those data and connecting with the parents about the child's admission. I think that's one thing. And I'm sure during the admission process, you would have taken these data. It's only that you have to pull that out and try to consolidate these data and see how we can start connecting with, I'm sure with the help of your counselor or your admission team, you can start doing it. And few more ideas. I think we spoke about the home visit, and we spoke about the boards near the temples, and newspaper insertion is one of the thing. And I mean, I'm sure all our school buses fly in different streets. So can we also have some interesting thing displayed on the school bus? So those are a lot of things. And I think this is a very interesting thing, Navratri related activities in the gated community. Today, I think most of the city schools, children live in a gated community. So can our school bus go along with a couple of teachers and a bunch of children inside the gated community and celebrate the Navratri in terms of the Kolo and other things inside that. So these are a few ideas. My humble request is to please watch out on the space, myschool.chrysalis.world, our partner portal. I'm sure all of you are aware of it. And in that, the growth tools, you will see a lot of such ideas and strategies as and when we get, I mean, it's basically trying to give a platform to all our partners, kind of an experience and best practice sharing. I mean, somebody would have in Telangana would have done a beautiful thing, which might be helping a school in Coimbatore or in Madurai, or a school in Madurai would have done a nice experience, which can help a Karnataka school. So this is basically the platform is to help each one of us and try to get best out of this. So that's about the thing. And we already have a bunch of collaterals, which is again there in the partner portal. Santosh, can we go to the portal so that we can show them where they can see? Yeah, thanks, Santosh. So the URL is myschool.chrysalis.world. I'm sure most of you are aware of it and you've already logged into that. And under that, you go to the tab growth tools. And once you click the growth tools, you have the strategies. And the moment you get to strategies, you have Vijayadasami admission toolkit. I mean, the entire toolkit is available. You can just download the toolkit, one right from the flyer to the Facebook post or the poster template. You can customize, you can design your own, the text. The template is given to you, maybe adding the school logo or the school name, and you can do whatever you want with the help of this template. And the entire discussion what we've been having in terms of the strategies and the ideas, that's also given you in the form of a PDF file. You can just download that and make use of it. Yeah, so that's the collateral. These are some other exciting elements which you can add to the entire experience. I mean, like what we were discussing. First thing, very empathetic, make them feel comfortable and safe. I mean, that's more important than discussing about admission and other fee and other things. Few points which you have already given to you. I'm sure you'll be having a lot of other best practices over and above this. I'm sure you'll be using that. And I think making a lot of visibility in the lobby space, especially try to bring out the child's work displayed there, and a small PPT with the logo I mean, all of us have a TV in the lobby. So can we run that as a small video again and again, so that, I mean, even the wait time, I mean, like, generally when you meet a parent, you might have a couple of other parents will be waiting. So they shouldn't feel that, okay, how long we are waiting. So they get to see such things in the lobby while waiting. So these are few other items which is there.
I just want to add to that waiting thing because there is something
Yes,
I've seen that in today's generation, nobody wants to wait. You know, when we go anywhere, we don't want to wait. It's instant. It's the WhatsApp era that we live in. Everything is instant. So in one school, when we were consulting, the school system was in such a way that, you know, avoid parents in any way. So their whole the place where the management and everybody was sitting is all inside somewhere deep inside the school where the parents could not go there. No, first thing that we did was move them to closer to the the front office, keep them very near, and we had a system where we brought in the parents and they could meet parents more often immediately, and that brought a huge change, and parents had a relief that, okay, now I don't have to wait, I can immediately meet somebody, and there is a system for it. So it's very important that even those small elements, be it Vijayadasami or be it the general admission drive, this is a very important thing that we minimize the waiting time of our parents.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point. In fact, I mean, in fact, last week I was in Hyderabad, and in one of the school, I was just casually discussing about this. Generally, when parents leave the children in the morning, they come to drop the children and pick up. They don't tend to even see or meet any of them. So that is the time when the leadership, if they can just show themselves up in the lobby or in the entrance, and when they see parents, just a greeting with them with a smiling face, and then say a good morning or namaste. I mean, that gives a lot of positive vibe among parents. You know, the kind of emotional thing what we are talking about. The entire ecosystem also will start replicating. I always say that the smile is very contagious. It's like pollination. It just goes from one person to another person. So that is the positive energy and the positive vibe which we wanted to show it to everyone. Yeah, I think, and a thank you message and a feedback. I'm sorry. I mean, one, I think, irrespective of the parent, whether they are admitting or not, I mean, we can just give them send a thank you note for attending or for participating and coming and experiencing the whole admission thing. So yes, I think this is very, very important. Last but not the least, the follow-up. I mean, you might have few parents who are admitting then and there, and you might also get to see that you might say, we'll get back, we'll come back after 2 days, after a week. Please ensure that we have the necessary data required in terms of their phone number or email ID. And it's good to check with them when is the right time to connect with you, or what do you prefer? What mode of communication do you prefer? Is it an email or a WhatsApp or a call? When they come, give the data, try to get these basic details. And I'm sure our admission team will have to start following up and try to consolidate that. At least for the initial stages, the leadership can probably have a discussion with the admission team on a daily basis to see how many they were able to connect and how many were able to join, and all those things in just a week's time, right from probably from 1st October or 3rd October to 6th, 7th of October. A parent will keep walking in. So that is the time we'll have to be very, very focused in, especially looking at how do we enhance the admissions. So with that, I think we have done with the entire the Vijayadasami thing. Before we go, there's a small feedback link. I would request each one of you to please take 30 seconds off and update that. We always appreciate your feedback so that we improve on it. And what is coming up, we are planning, I think Ganesh was mentioning about a webinar on, in fact, Ganesh, I was trying to catch hold of the topic. I know experience design, but art and science of experience design.
Okay. Vishy, before we move in and show the link, show the link. By that time, we can also open, if it is possible, we can open up and
few questions.
Questions or whatever, they can even open up the mics and.
Yeah, no, before that, I just want to quickly tell about the upcoming events. One is, sure, all of you have received the Chrysalis Day message. So something is going to come immediately. And we are planning for a series of webinars with starting post Dashera until November. We'll be having a series of webinars. And in that, one is what Ganesh was mentioning about the science, art and science of experience design. Probably that could be one of the webinar to start with. With that, thank you so much. I mean, taking time off on a Saturday afternoon. I'm sure most of you are working today and most are back at home. Despite that, you've taken time off and participated in this webinar. And on behalf of Chrysalis and on behalf of the panelists, I thank you once again. I mean, meanwhile, we can have any questions if at all, if you have.
Thoughts, or if you want to share some of the best practices you've been doing, it'll be helpful.
Yeah, you can share. Sure.
Nandini, I hope we can open the mics, right, for participants.
Now, I think, Ganesh, maybe we'll have to look at chat question or the Q&A section.
Okay, fine. Okay, then if you have, I mean, you can ask questions in the Q&A. If you have any Q&A, I don't think this is a webinar, so we can open up the mic.
Yeah.
There's a limitation. If you have any questions, thoughts you want to share, please type it in Q&A.
And meanwhile, you can also update the feedback, the link which was just shared in the chat box. Yeah. Looks like there is absolutely no question.
Okay, if there is no questions, no thoughts, thank you so much for participating. And as I promised in the beginning of the session, I hope we all kept you awake and also kindled your thoughts and minds. And wishing all of you a great Vijayadasami experience. Remember experience design and go after it, and let your parents carry pleasant memories about your school. It's all about memories and experiences. Thank you. Bye-bye. Namaste.
Thank you to one and all.